So we'll see what is domain, what is work group, like. So guys, everybody can able to hear my voice and can able to see the screen. Yeah. See, here it is. First of all, what is work group? So what is this work group kind of stuff? It is nothing. This work group is a individual PC. Any PC is by generally it is in a work group manner only. Okay. So by default, for example, I have a PC. My laptop is in work group. Okay. You have a desktop. It is in a work group. In your college, mostly your PC is in the work group only. So it is an individual PC. Any PC is by basically it is in a work group only. But there is a why it is called a work group and what is the benefits of work group. There are a lot of things are there, but here, so first of all, by generally uh, we talk what is the difference between work group and domain, that period. So we'll see normal things only. So we'll see, here it is. It's a one PC, another PC, another PC, another PC. For example, like this, I have a computers, and to represent, they are connected in the network. So like we can show like this. Okay. So its representation is these are all PCs are connected in network. If they are not connected in the network, also same. So the scenario won't change. Okay. If there are individual PCs, or maybe they are connected in the network, so either in a condition, so no need to tell like it's not in the network, it is in the network. If it is in the network, so what happened to one system and another system? Okay. In generally, so take as a one single system. So I put a name of this PC is like a PC1. Okay. So PC2, PC3, PC4, PC5. Just for example, I put a different names of the computers. Okay. Now, each PC is an individual administrator. For example, if you take this PC has its own admin. Okay. The administrator name can be a administrator or anything. Just first account. In nowadays, Windows systems, whenever you install operating system, the first name itself, it is a your administrator account. For example, in my PC, so this account is a administrator account. This account is a by default my PC administrator. Who is administrator? Administrator can change anything. Okay, can access everything. Okay, so can change anything, can access everything. Okay, so that is a administrator. Administrator is a very powerful user in the. Okay. So in generally in our Windows client PCs, administrator account is not there directly. Administrator name is administrator is not there. Okay. So administrator accounts are there. Directly administrator name is there, but nowadays we are not using. So we use a first name as a administrator. For example, when I install operating system, my first name is student one. Okay, so the student one is a administrator, like that. So now a user is become an administrator, not administrator name is administrator here in a Windows desktop machines. Remember that one. So Windows desktops, normally like a Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 7, the first account you created when you install, after install operating system, you created a user. The user by default is a administrator. By default the user is administrator. Okay, the first user is a administrator. The second user become a standard account. If you want to make that user as an administrator, you can make it. So usually sorry, first user in Windows PC, the by default is administrator. Okay, by default first user he created after installation of operating system by default is a administrator. Okay, so you can create multiple users, no problem, you can create a multiple users, but all other users by okay, by for example you create another user, the second user. Okay, um, usually don't worry about spelling, just go through the check the spelling. Usually standard users. Okay, so is a standard user cannot change anything like a installation. Okay, admin account can install application, for example. Okay, so for can install application and uninstall application. Okay, but standard users cannot install or uninstall an application, cannot change anything, means settings, meaning is settings. Okay, so standard user cannot change the settings. Okay, cannot access everything. Okay, they can access some data in the D drive, E drive, but they can't access everything, every application like that. They can't access every place. Okay, and cannot install or uninstall the application by standard user. Is a generally a second user. The first user after installation of OS. So at the before you log into the system, you create an account. That account is by default is a administrator account only. The next time you create a new account, so by default is a standard user. So we can convert a user type to other. So you can make administrator to standard user and standard user to administrator. Got the point, guys? So that's the only user part I'm telling. Okay, okay, it is an account. Administrator is nothing but an account, just an account. Okay, of course name is also there, but normally we are not using names. We use like a for example, I take a name from your list. uh, no list here. Okay, Abhilash is there in the starting. Okay, Ashwin is also there. So okay, Ashwini, sorry, Abhilash is there. So Abhilash is account is created when I start OS is installed. So then it is like a mm, here Abhilash. Okay, I created an account. So this is an administrator of this PC. For example, I have another PC. Ashwini account is I created. Okay, in this one I created a Rajesh. Okay, yesterday he is there, but today is not there. So we'll see. Yeah, people are gone from here. Only two people, Pramila and Naga Venkatas Sivakumar. Okay, So I will take one name from here also, easy name, and I will take another name from here again. Oh, very good name, Vinay. It's a very simple name. Okay, so each PC I created a individual users like a Vinay is going to sit here. So when I came to office and he sit on this PC because I created Vinay account here. Okay, Pramila account I created here, so then Pramila go and sit in this PC. Rajesh go and sit in this PC. Ashwini is going to sit in this PC. Abhilash is go and sit in this PC. These are first users and these are administrators of this PC. Administrators of this PC. So they can change anything. They can change settings. They can access anything. They can install application. They can uninstall a application. So no centralized control. There is no server, nothing is there. No one will restrict your access to your PC. Okay. So I'm not restricting from some superpower like a server. I'm not restricting. I can't restrict Vinay to do something in this PC. Okay. I can't restrict Rajesh to do something in this PC, in this particular PC. Okay. So I can't restrict like a Rajesh, you can't install some application from the from external kind of stuff, external force. I can't control them. Okay. So this is called a work group. Work group is decentralized administration. Decentralized administration means individual pieces, or you can easily every PC administrated, administrated by its own admin account or a user. Okay, so each PC administrated by their admin account or a user. So Ablash can administrate PC1, Ashwini can administrate PC2, Rajesh can able to administrate PC3, Pramila administrating PC4 when I is administrating PC5. So they can change, they can install applications, so they can write their own rules in the PC. Okay, so no external force can control any of the PC if they are in a work group. If they are in a work group, we can't able to control them. Got the point, guys? What is a work group? It's a decentralized administration, means no central server to manage your desktops or PCs or users also. Okay, so you can use any words. Okay, we cannot manage the PCs and we it cannot administrate user accounts. Okay, manage or administrate your PCs or users in the account. Okay, so this is about your work group, but there is a few other things why we need a central server, why we don't require a central server also is important. Just 1 minute only, just 1 minute, just go through once what I said. So because it's a completely new thing again for you, so then it will take time to digest. Okay, so take 1 minute, relax and think what I told, this story, just this story, this part. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, anyone having any doubts? It is a very simple concept. Like you have a laptop, that is a work group laptop only. That's very simple. You have a laptop that is in a work group. That's it. Okay, so no central force or some server is controlling your user account. Okay, like that. You can't install applications. You can't change some certain settings, or certain settings are enforcing on your PC. So that is what happen by default in your PC. Why? Because of you're in a work group. Okay, by default every pc is in a work group only. Every pc by default it is in a work group only. Okay, of course there is one more definition is there. PCs in a single work group, for example, I will put it this one. Okay, PCs in the single work group, I put a different work group name from here to here. Okay, oh, sorry. So I'll put a different color here. So this is a different work group name, and this is the work group name. Like this is a tech one, this is tech two. Okay, the yellow one is tech one, blue one is tech two. So they become a common shared things, they will get it. So they can share a few things within that group. Like like a printer is there within that work group. They can easily share the printer, so that printer cannot be accessed by other work group. Okay, like that. So they can able to configure it, like document sharing, public shared folders within that work group only. Okay, I'm not don't want to go that direction, but just it's very simple. If anybody ask any cross question, this is also there, so don't worry, this is not there kind of stuff is don't think like that. Okay, so it is a work group, no centralized server, so no centrally controlling the PCs or accounts or your desktop environment or settings or applications. No centralized control. Okay, no centralized control. Okay, so next one is different work groups. If you created, if in case you change the different work group name, like a team one, team two, or a tech one, tech two, or a sales services. For example, these two are in a sales, and next three are in a services group. Like that, work groups can be different work groups. If you are create like that, so you can get some common public shared folders access permissions, and like a printer access permissions kind of stuff. Okay, but there is no centralized control, there is no ruling for that one. Okay, so only simply it is a separate work group kind of stuff. Okay, so if you don't understand that point also, no problem, just keep it. What is a work group? Decentralized administration, no central server. Okay, no central server, no centralized administration, no centralized administrations. Every pc user, okay, every pc's users is belongs to that PC only, and there are administrators. Some more points we have to include, so I will include it. So, okay, here Abhilash is log into this PC is profile data stores in this PC only. Okay, Abhilash cannot log into this PC. He can't log into this PC. Ashwini also cannot log into other PCs. Same thing. Rajesh cannot able to log into PC1, PC2, PC4, PC5. He can only log into PC3 because the account information stored in a same PC only. In a work group, the account means user information. Information means username, assert, store, in same PC only. Okay, so where the username and password is located in the same PC only. So authentication by this PC. Abhilash authenticates in a PC one. Ashwini authenticated by PC two. Okay, Rajesh is authenticated by PC three. Okay, user authenticate by the same PC only. Same PC means where the user account stored. Okay, so where the account is stored, like a Rajesh example is for understanding. Just remember this picture. Okay, so PC1 Abhilash can able to log in PC2 Ashwini can able to log in PC3 Abhilash cannot log in because Abhilash account is in PC1 not in PC3. Okay, so this is the work group. Okay, so like a Pramila can administrate PC4 but cannot administrate PC5. So only the user is just a administrator of that PC only, not administrator of other PCs. User can able to log into their own PC, not in other PCs. They can't control other PCs. They can control their PCs, but they cannot control or administrate other PCs. So this is about your work group. Guys, any questions? Not by default. Normally it is users. What is central server, sir? Central server. Yeah, we'll come to that one. User profile data stores in the local PCs only. We can use a local PCs now here. Stores in local PC. Because central server, when we are using this word, means computers can be different. Okay, so like that. Okay. Now we'll go to the domain. Normally, earlier days we use a name is a domain, but nowadays when we say domain means we immediately people are instead of studying what we given, they type in a Google what is domain. Okay, so in a Google, the English meaning of domain and different meanings of domains also displaying, so people are getting confused with whatever we speak and whatever the Google speaks. Okay, so there are people are getting, of course, the URL. This is called a URL. Okay, this is called a URL. This is like a web www web related, like a .co.in kind of stuff. Also name we call it as a domain. Okay, so domain is generally like a website, or it can be a URL, or it can be a group, or can be a profession. So normally people ask me like I'm working in a IT company, so people ask which domain. Domain means networking side, server side, or maybe application development side, or a supporting side, like that. So it is a domain means based on the technology. For example, we are all working on a Java. 10 people are working in a Java, for example. So what is their domain is a Java only. Maybe there is a 5 people are working on a testing. Okay, so their domain is testing. Okay, like that. So domain means it's a group. Okay, so normal meaning. So when you search in a Google, it is giving that kind of stuff, but always search in a active directory domain. Better is always put it in an active directory domain. So when you search in as a domain, it will give you different meanings. So always search like a active directory domain. What is this Active Directory domain? Um, um, uh, so I will show you a PPT. Okay, it is a very big one. No need to read entire thing until unless you are very interested in it. Okay, if you see, this is almost like 44 PPT. Each slide having a lot of things are there. So what I'm going to say it is better not to read everything. Just what you need, just go through it. That's it. Okay. So normally, Active Directory domain, the domain definition is a logical administrative boundary of users and computers. Okay, that too I prepared this one. It is very big one and very useful also. Very useful. Now or later, I will forward this one so we can use it. What I write? Okay, what I said. Domain is a logical administrative boundary of users and computers. Okay, what is this Active Directory database? Also, I will tell. Yeah, I now okay. We'll take entire thing. Only these definitions. Only I need only these two things currently. Whatever it is, not copying properly. He is missing. Okay, we'll see these definitions later. So here it is. Uh, how to do this one? I'll save this one first. Test user. Why it is saving in that one only always? Okay, next. I need a space. That's why I am doing like this. Okay. Okay, no problem. Like this. Okay. So this is a initially work group kind of stuff, right? So now what I'm doing is just for explanation. I will do it. This is okay. Yeah, initially it is a work group pieces. Now, how what is this domain kind of stuff? What is this central server kind of stuff? So we'll see that one. This centralized server. So I put a one server in my network. Why? Because of I'm getting lot of pieces. So I have a initially 10 pieces, now 50 pieces, 100 pieces, 200 pieces. Okay, so what happening in my network is individually, if it is a 5 or a 10 computers, we can manage. Okay, so 10 computers we can manage, 20 computers we can manage. For example, in our Pune office, we have a 30 computers in one single room. Okay, so that also we can manage because I never sit in a front of the room. Okay, always I'm a backbencher, so usually I prefer in a classroom while teaching and learning. Backbench is the best place. So okay, so I'll go to backbench and I will see all the screens what people are doing. Okay, practically what are they doing, so I can observe it, and if anybody got struck in some place or issue, so then I can solve it easily because everybody is in my observation. So once I demonstrate once practical, So I'll go back and do it. Otherwise I will connect from the back to my screen, then I will show it. So instead of sitting in front and only for writing a whiteboard, so then only I will go to front of the classroom, but otherwise I will in the back room. Okay. So 10 pieces, 20 pieces, 30 pieces are okay. But if you take Hyderabad office, there is a hundred, more than 100 or 150 computers are there, and plus laptops also there. In classrooms, in a classroom there is a another 150 computers are there. People are also working, right? So their laptop, desktops, totally almost more than 300 or 400 things are there for full day work, like a 24 hours work. Okay. So some are carrying their own laptop, some are using the desktop what company provided. Okay. So like that, what I'm saying is, if more computers are there, we don't know how to administrate their the computers. For example, 500 computers are there, so it is very difficult to check each and every person what they are doing in their PC, or maybe they're changing something. One day what happened in our classroom only, I didn't check it properly because three girls are sitting in a row, so I didn't went to that corner to check it. So they have changed their wallpaper. May I have any wallpaper? Okay, I removed my wallpaper. Okay, so this is a normal by default Windows wallpaper, but I can put some wallpaper, right? So on my screen I can put some wallpaper on my screen. So I power off this one or what? Okay, so complete this. Sorry, it is I am for explanation only I'm delaying. Okay. So what happened? So I will ask change wallpaper. Ashwini try to install some application like that. So individual user sits in a work group, so they can change their machine screen and all. Okay, so like, or maybe there's some settings they can change it. Now I said no. I will control your PCs and everything, including login also, including login to your PC also. Okay, I will control from the central PC. It is nothing but a server. Central PC means it is nothing but a server. In Windows, Windows server. So we are in a Windows environment. So we are in a Windows server. Currently 2019 server is released. So Windows NT2, NT 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016. So I will write some Windows servers here. Okay. So remember, so Windows NT, uh, for every name and server will be there. So I'm writing only servers, not all Windows operating system, only server operating system. 2000 server. Okay, so Windows 2003. Okay, so Windows 2008, and one more is there, that is 2008 R2. Actually R2, from R2 a lot of changes are occurred. 2012 and 2012 R2 also released. 2016 still available to download. So but I use always 2019 nowadays, and in future 2022 I think it is going to be released, not at release. Okay, it is not at release. Okay, up to here it is released, and it is the latest one. 2019 is nowadays is available. Okay, different versions, different editions are there, but just for what is Windows server means, these are Windows servers. Okay, so I installed Windows server here, and I install a service called to become a domain controller. So we need a active directory power cut, and my charging is very less. 56%. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so this is called Active Directory Domain Service. Okay, so this is a ADDS is a role we have to install in this one. So this is a kind of role in a server's Active Directory or a Active Directory Domain Services role we should install. Your server become then your server become becomes domain controller. So it is can be okay. So domain controller. So what is a domain controller? It controls entire your domain thing. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Okay, so what is this domain controller also? We'll see this domain controller maintain a database. Maintain a database. Okay, so what is the content of the database is, okay, that is called Active Directory database. Okay, so that is called a Active Directory database. Okay, so what is this database contains? User identity, computers, groups, services, and resources. What is the Active Directory database stores? User identity, computers, users, groups, resources, like that. Just for example, I create a account this is my Active Directory database. Okay, actually the file name is ntds.dit. That is a database name. So here I am writing Active Directory database name is, okay, ntds.dit. Okay, and our Active Directory, Windows Active Directory. So Active Directory concept is belongs to Windows only, guys. Always remember Active Directory, it means it is, it meaning is it belongs to Windows only. Okay, it is authentication protocol is Kerberos authentication protocol. It use Kerberos authentication protocol. Port number is 88, and also it use authentication protocol is LDAP. Okay, 389. So this is the port numbers. So Active Directory database name is ntds.dit, and for authentication it used like this. So I will go back to the authenticate. I will come back to the authentication part. Okay. So what is this Active Directory database? Contains users, groups, computers, like that. So first of all, I join some computers here. For example, PC1, PC2, sorry, PC2, PC3, PC4, like this. So these are my computers. Earlier there are in a work group. Now there are a member of a domain. Okay. So now these PCs we call it as a member of the domains. Earlier, earlier PC in work group. Okay. Now that PC, for example, PC1. I'll use example like a that now PC1 is mem member of domain. Okay. So earlier PC1 is in work group, is in work group, meaning is it is a member of work group. Now PC1 is a member of a domain. Which domain? So any domain. So that domain name depends upon what domain you created. It belongs to that domain only. Okay. So whenever, just for an example for understanding, so the PC1 is, earlier it is a work group, now it is in a domain. How to convert a from a work group domain? What is that member of? I will show you here in my PC. So I will make it like full screen. Yeah. So currently I'm logging to my local account only. So it is already created earlier. So then I'm using directly um, this one. And also I'll start my server meanwhile. It become little bit slower as earlier. Unnecessary power cut. So no other place to put it. It is logging in and this is starting. Okay. I will get back. I will show you that one. So don't worry about what is the member of kind of stuff. Okay. Earlier it is a member of work group. Now member of the domain. Only I added a four only. PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4 only. Next, I'm adding a users here. For example, user one, user two. Sorry, what happened? User three. I'll create. So user four. Any naming also we can, name is also actually name will be there, but I use like this, six, and user seven, maybe user eight, something like eight users I created. Okay. So I created a eight users from user one to user eight. Okay, I have a totally five computers in the my network, and four are in my domain, and eight users I created in the Active Directory database. It means users information stored in user information stored in centralized computer. Understand? So now PC is a member of domain. Means the PC. So means PC1 join in a domain. Okay, so it is join in a domain. So then it is a member of domain. Next, PC1 information stores in domain database, or we can say Active Directory. Okay, and next one, I I created users in Active Directory, means so user information stores in Active Directory domain database only. Okay, so I create a users or a user in a AD. It meaning is, okay, user information stores in a Active Directory database. User information means username, password mainly. Now, is it running or not? Yeah. Currently it is running, so it is already domain, so don't worry, it is already in a domain. So yeah, so then we have to go to settings because it's a Windows 10. Slow and very slow, there are two things, and anything extra also we don't open. Okay, you have to kill so many things like unnecessary things. One, two, this is also unnecessary now. I will open it again. This is settings. I click on settings, but it is not showing that. Okay. Um, Here it is. Point is user one, information stored in a my Active Directory database, and these are a member of the domains. So PC information, user information in my Active Directory in a centralized PC. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, when I trying to log in into the user one in a PC one, in PC one, I'm trying to log in with the user one. Can I log in and how I log in? So there is a two things. Okay. So we'll see, here it is. First of all, when I put a user one, username and password in PC1, PC1 to server, it send a message. So there is a name called user one, and with this password, is a username and password is correct or not, is verified in the central PC only. Guys, I'm going back once again. So when I log in with Abhilash into the PC1, when I log in with Abhilash, who will verify the username? PC1 only. Who will verify the username and password? PC1 only. So username password stores in PC1 only. But here username and their password stores in a central PC, not in a PC1. Okay. It is a domain controller, stores in a domain controller only. Okay. The user one, user two, user three information stores in a domain controller. It means server only. So remember that one. Okay. So when user one trying to log in to PC1, PC1 cannot authenticate user one. Why? Because it don't have any information regarding user one, so it send information to domain controller. Okay. So it send information to domain controller. Is user one is available and the password is correct or not? So it will verify with this one. Then once user one authenticated by domain controller, then only user one can able to log in. Okay. So that is a thing happens here. User is belongs to domain only, domain controller only, domain database stores user information. Okay. So for example, user 2 trying to log in into PC2. Again, same thing. Information, the request is go to domain controller. In domain controller, it verifies user 2 and their password in the domain database. If it is correct, and user 2 can log in here. User 3 can, for example, user 3 log in here. User 4 can log in here. And now I try to log in with user 5 here. Okay, I try to log in with a user 5 here. Can I log in the PC 5? Anybody? If you understand this one, system. Guys, anybody? I log in with user 1 in PC 1, user 2 in PC 2, user 3 in PC 4, 3, user 4 in a PC 4. and I'm trying to log in with user 5 in a PC 5. So can I log in or not? No. Very good. Then why? Anybody can explain why we can't able to log in user 5 in a PC 5? Because very good, very good. It is not mentioned in the database. Very good. You guys are got the point. Very good. Okay. It is not a member of my domain. It is not a member of my domain. To understand very easily. So I put a party is like ABC party. Okay. XYZ party. Political parties are there, no? Like that. ABC party, XYZ party. For example, a person is there. The person is belongs to ABC party, and can he go to this party, like is a belongs to ABC party? Now you want to participate elections with this membership. He cannot be in a two membership, right? So either this membership or this membership. He can jump by resign from here, jump from jump from ABC to XYZ by resigning to ABC and joining the XYZ, but not both, right? But not both. So I belongs to a party and I want to uh, sit in some with their party people, or maybe something like participate with that party, like MLA from that party, like that. We can't jump. He become MLA here and he cannot be minister in this party, right? So anyway, so one party MLA is not a minister in another party, so like that. um, so it's simple to understand, right? One party member cannot be a member of another party. So just for understanding this scenario. Okay. So similarly, so if we are not belongs to my domain, the my domain user cannot log into your PC. Okay. If you are not belongs to my domain, you are not a my domain user cannot log in to your PC. So you cannot access any domain resources also. Like I have a printer in my domain. I have a printer in domain. So resources means printers, scanners, storages. These are all resources only. Okay. Generally, printers are best example for telling resource. Okay. Computers, we will telling computers, users, groups. But what are the things like, for example, this is a printer. So printer in my domain. So this printer also cannot be accessed by PC5 user. Can be accessed by all these users, user 1 to user 8 and PC1 to PC4 login users. So like that. So this is the domain, means it is a logical administrative boundary. So yeah, power came. So luckily before completely drying. Okay, so here it is. What is that domain I written here? See, a logical administrative boundary for users and computers. It is a administrative boundary. So you can draw something like this here. This is the administrative boundary now. Now, first of all, draw like this, and remaining you can draw easily. This is my administrative boundary. So within this boundary, only users, groups, and all. If I add PC5 to this one, then it is in our boundary. It is in our membership. Okay. So I want to show you this thing, like go to about, because it's very slow. It is suddenly become so. Yesterday it is working fine. Of course, entire PC becomes slow. That to Saturday effect is will be there. Okay. And now I will go to rename this PC advance. You can see this one. Rename this PC advance. You can go to this one. It may not work. It is already in domain, so don't worry. So but I want to show you the screen. Like you click on change. If you click on change, but don't change anything, just for a looking purpose. This is my computer name. This is my domain. This is my domain name. Already I am in a domain. Member of domain or a member of work group. I want to go to work group, so I will click it and I will type work group or some work group name. So then I can join in the work group. I leave the domain. If I want to be in the domain, just be in the domain only. So don't change it. Like I want to be in the domain only. Okay, because we don't have that full day class kind of stuff, right? So today it will take little bit time taken. So compulsory stay because afternoon no class. Okay, I will complete and do it. Okay, maybe 1:30 or 2 max I will close. Okay, so this is the member of, are you in domain or a work group. So this domain is already created. Okay, this domain is already created. I'm the member of the domain. So previously I am the member of the domain. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so generally you are in this thing, like a member of work group by default, all the pcs, but you want to join in the domain. So click on member of domain, give the domain name, and you can join into that one by authenticating from the server should be authenticated. So this is to show you this one only. First we have to see. So you are the computer name and the domain name. Okay, this is latif.com is a my domain name I created. So where my domain controller is there. Okay, where is my domain controller? This is my domain controller. So my server, why it is showing black color? Yesterday evening only I checked about the machines. Now it is showing something black. Why it is showing in complete black? Restart better once. Yeah. Okay, so but I log in as a local account only, not as a domain account. Okay, so don't worry. So okay, so this is the concept of domain. So first of all, when we hear about the domain, it is a centralized control, or a, we can say centralized, exactly say administration. Okay, so we have to tell a difference between work group and domain. So it is a work group is a decentralized administration. Domain is a centralized administration. Okay. Administrator of domain computers is a is your domain admin only. Okay, so your domain controller having administrator account, so then that is your administrator. So administrator of computers of domain computers is a administrator only. Okay, domain users cannot change settings or install uninstall applications. Okay, so they can't install application, they can't uninstall the applications. Okay, user group information stores in central server or a PC, like that, central machine, like that you can say. Meaning is where it is stores in a active directory. database only is in that one. So central PC. So what is that central PC? We call it central server. We call it as a domain controller. Okay. So in this central PC controls user information, stores user authentication by your domain controller only. DC means domain controller only, and also you can read this statement. See, here it is. Okay. Active Directory domain controller also hosts the service, authenticates user and computer accounts when they log on to the domain. So whenever you log into the systems, and you can it also do authentication. Not only storing the information, also it will authenticate the users. So because Active Directory data ADDS stores information about all the objects in the domain, and all users computer must connect it to Active Directory domain controller when signed into the network. ADD is a primary means by which you can configure, manage user and computer accounts in the network. So Active Directory database stores user, computer, services and resource information, and also it will give authentication when user is logged to the computer in the domain you are logging. So how it is possible? Because data is in the central PC only. Okay. So what is a domain? Domain means a logical administrative boundary of users and computer. It is a centralized administration. It do centralized control, and administrator of a domain computer is a domain admin only. So your domain controller contains that administrator account. Okay. So centralized administration means single administrator is there, not an individual administrator. These pieces don't have separate administrator. These pieces having one administrator only. This administrator is a administrator of everyone. This administrator is a administrator of everyone. Okay. This administrator is administrator of all domain computers. This is on or not? Yeah, my server is on. That is my domain name. Already this server is in the already I installed Active Directory and everything. Just to show you, to avoid the confusion, just like I showed in a theory, I try to show in a practical manner. That's very one single practical. Okay. Again, oh, power cut again came again. Okay. Power must be keep at least for a completion of my classes for today, at least another 1 hour 2 hours, right? Again cut. What happens? Luckily this Geo na, so internet is there. Here it is Tufan in Vishakhapatnam. I'm currently in Vishakhapatnam, so don't worry. Okay, so yeah, my server is on, so I'm just waiting for a server manager to come up. Okay, so that's it, guys. Any other doubts? Any information? It is important question is what is the difference between work group and domain? Okay, so what is the Active Directory? So already you seen what is Active Directory is. Database stores information on user, identity, computers, groups, services, and all. Active Directory, the terminologies belongs to Windows only. So earlier olden days up to 2003, we called it as a Active Directory. Now 2008 onwards, it is Active Directory domain services. Okay. Active Directories. Okay. So database name is ntds.dat. We use authentication protocol whenever the user is log into the domain computers. We use authentication protocol. Okay. So normally PCs are in work group, but you can make that one is a member of a domain, then PC is joined into the domain, mean your PC information stores in a Active Directory. Still not coming, so just relax for 1 minute. One more point is there. Controlling, so login is okay, but about controlling also I will tell what is meaning of this controlling. Okay, so I will tell the controlling. Let it open, just relax for 1 minute. Power cut, power came again, power cut. So 26% is my okay, sorry. When I'm trying to reduce the brightness, so then I can it will we can see 25 minutes remaining. Just a 1 minute relax, and I will change my port, so then inverter I will connect. This power, this. Now is it charging? Very good. So I will go to tools, Active Directory, users and computers. Active Directory, users and computers. Okay, I have some account already. This is already certain users I created. IT user one, IT user two, CTS three, like you see, Aniket, Apurva, and some groups I created. And here nothing, just see. So like here it is. I created a Pratiksha. Okay, like that. HR1 user account also I created. Okay, so for example, I'm going to create some account in a IT support OU. So just remember guys, this is a server. This is a server. In the server only I'm creating an account. This is my client PC. So remember this, how it is look like. This is my client PC, and it is showing Windows 10 Enterprise in a right side down corner. Okay, it is showing Windows Server 2016 Data Center Evolution. Okay, this is 2016. Okay, okay, so this is Windows 10 Enterprise Evolution. Now what I'm going to do is I'm creating user account in the server, and I'll try to log in a computer. Okay, so then I'm going to create look at, I'm going to create a account in the user. So I creating So I put a Ashwini. So whatever it is, like I just filling the names, but I will put a name like this. So this is a login name. Actually, this is complete name. We don't go with full names kind of stuff in generally. Otherwise, if you want, I will give you copy. So then we'll give. Okay. So this is a login name purpose. Domain name is latif.com. So this is a domain name. So like your account name is Ashwini @latif.com or Latif/Ashwini. Okay, just for example. I uncheck this one, so don't worry. So use Vedic @123 as a password. May not be accept. I'm creating a user account here. Very good. Account is created in the server. Now I'm going to client. So this is my client. I'm logging out. I am already in a domain, so already I showed that one. Again, it will take time to show you. Like already, I'm a member of the domain. Already, you seen that screen, right? A member of Latif, member of domain Latif.com is there, right? So, like I'm a member of a domain Latif.com. So, I'm trying to log in with a new account. Just I'm not doing anything. Just log out from the existing account. Actually, the student one is my local account. So I'm going to like this. If you see, sign into Latif. Otherwise, you can put it like um, so. I given a complete name, or otherwise you can give a different name also, like um, okay, like this also you can give. Both are in the same local PC, so then you can give anyways. So no problem. If you don't give, also no problem. So I given a password Vedic @123. So now you're logging to Windows 10. So this is very simple to understand. I create user account in the server and I log in to my Windows 10 PC in a client PC because of it is a member of my domain. So that is a one concept of this one, but it will take time. So it is showing hi, everything ready for you. It prepare your profile in the local PC. It take time because it's a Windows operating system, not a Linux one. Linux is it will take a second to create. Okay, Windows will prepare entire profile, background profile and all, so it will take time. So meanwhile, I will explain one more point. Okay, so because lack of time, I'm continuing it. Okay, here for example, these users are keep changing their background desktop. So what I said, the PC background, the PC wallpaper always must be my company logo only, or maybe some notification only, or maybe some information, my company business related information only should maintain in the screen, not some random thing like in our office people put a wallpapers like some puppies, roses, or Joker. Okay, Joker, DC Joker is there, no? That one. So Batman, Joker. Okay, or Avengers. So people keep on changing some different wallpaper, desktop wallpapers. So what I said, I create a policy. I create a policy like group policy. The policy, what we say, it is nothing but a group policies. For example, policy name is group policy 1. In this group policy, I said, okay, some wallpaper. I put a wallpaper JPG. In my server, I create a group policy. In my server, I created a group policy. In a group policy, I said, for use this wallpaper only. So all the desktops will get this wallpaper only. Understand? In a server, I create a policy. Follow this policy. Okay. So whenever user is login, he will get this particular wallpaper only. Okay. Even I created here, but again it is take lot of time to open anything. So here it is tools. Yeah, say I said no. It suddenly become lazy. Okay, like that. Next one, for example, all users require all like HR users, HR related people require to access printer, not others. Earlier days in a TCS company, Tech Mahindra company, like that, Sachem computers, that time, early days, people once they join, employees newly fresher join into the company, they start taking printouts of different materials like C, C++, Java, civil services related materials. They start taking printout and xeroxes. Now they are cut everything, so only HR should HR can able to take a printout. If any normal employee want to take a printout, send mail the print things to your HR, so HR will take print. Not Printer is not access to everyone, only for certain people only. So I put a HR printer access policy. Okay, so HR users, those users are the group, HR group people can able to access the printer. So I create that policy, so all HR people automatically can able to access the printer, others cannot able to access the printer. Understand? This is what I'm saying. It is about a controlling means we push certain settings. Either it is access related settings like a access permission, no permission to access. Okay, permit to access, not permit to access, or deny, allow permissions, we can able to create it. Okay, so like that we can able to control the total group of the computers and users. So that's what we call it as a domain. That we call it as a domain. It is complete centralized control. Yeah, mine is open or not. I will check it once. Still, yeah, it is taking time. I think so. You guys are understand the concept. Like user account is here, and I deployed there, and also I am trying to open this group. Yeah, now it is open. Group policy management. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock now. So this is my group policy. One wallpaper restriction I make it. One internet access restriction also I created. I didn't. I think so. I didn't create for a printer. Actually, that is another practical we didn't done in that time. Okay. So this is for a desk wallpaper related policy. I given in to this one only. See details, settings. So here I said to my all users in the particular OU should get this kind of wallpaper. Okay, so like this. Where is this? Okay, I put a three wallpapers in that one. So which wallpaper by default it will get? So cloud.jpg, this one. Yeah, like this. This wallpaper should to clients those who are in a this uh, VOU. Okay, but I created user and IT support, so then it may not get like that. Even the screen is not at came. Okay, guys, this is about your Active Directory. Okay, and a domain and work group. So what is a work group? Work group is decentralized administration. Every PC has their own admin account. Okay, no centralized server or a centralized control, no domain controller. No one will restrict your access to your PCs. You are the one, you have own your administrator. Okay, so user information and password information, the profile data stores in your local PC only, not in any other PCs. One PC user cannot control other PCs. But in a Active Directory domain, it is logical administrative boundary of users and computers. Centralized administration, it has a centralized control over the domain users and computers. Okay, so administrator of domain computers is a domain admin only. There is a centralized administrator is there. Okay, centralized administrator is there, so that is also we can better to add it. All domain users and computers. Okay. Uh, Domain users cannot change settings, install an applications. Only domain administrator can able to change the settings and can install an applications in the PCs. In a PCs. Okay. So user group information stores in a central server, domain controller like that. Okay, so authenticated by user, authenticated by domain control only, not individual PCs, because of users and computer list is available in a domain database. So whenever user is log into the PC, the domain controller authenticate users, then only we can able to log in. If any PC not in the domain, so our domain user also cannot log into the PC. So any domain, it is not in our okay, anything is not in our domain, so it is not any domain computer not belongs to domain, they cannot log into, user cannot log into that computer. Okay, what is meaning of controlling? By creating a group policies, and we can push or enforce various type of settings like user behavior related settings. you know Normal user store the data on the screen, right? Like I store a lot of data on my screen. Now I created a policy. Yeah, we got a screen, guys. Okay, so this is our screen. My user is my this is my Windows 10. So Ashwini Gopi, this is the account I login in this PC. Okay, so and where I created account, I created account in the mm, in a server, and I log in the client. I log in the client. Okay, so this is about your domain user, domain login with the domain user account. Okay, one more point I will tell. Okay, one more point. For example, user forget his password. User forget it his password. So I will put this one. So remember, like user forget the password. So what to do? So tell me in a line by line SOP. So user, for example, I am the user. Okay, so I forget my password. What to do, guys? Anyone? First, contact service desk. Right? You forget your password. Are you are unable to log in? Okay, or unable to log in. So what to do? Contact service desk by mail or by messaging system, or maybe a direct, okay, or by telephone. Just contact service desk. What service desk people will do? They create a incident report. Okay, so what is that incident or a request, or it is a change request related one? So they will check it. Depends upon the team, the technical team, so they will reset your password. So next, the technical related to the service desk or a server engineers or a server admins, what they do, they reset your password and they close the ticket and update. So this is a try to log in survey. So verify first whether a user can able to log in or not, and close the ticket. So like this, it's a simple task wise I am telling. Very simple. Go to the server. This is the user, right? I right click. You can see reset password. Okay. So what server engineers do here? Already account is created, but Ashwini forget her password. What I am doing? So she raised that complaint. So what I have to do? So go to the account, reset password, reset password. We can resetting the password from here, like admin at the rate 123, admin at the rate 123. Okay, I reset the user password. Click OK. So password is changed. Password is changed. Now I'm going to account. Account is already open. For example, if I sign out and sign in. Oh shit! Again, it is taking time, lot of time. Okay, I'm signing out in my client PC. In my Windows 10, I'm signing out. I change password at server, and I'm signing out in my client. Okay, so which password is old password? I'm trying with the old password. So password is incorrect. So I'm giving a new password. Now it is trying to log in. So this is, I change password at server and I am trying to log in a client with a new password. How it is possible? Because your user account and their password information stores in a your server only. So that is the main picture of your domain. Of course, I didn't show you that group policy things. Anyway, it is not in your part. But understand, like we can control the PCs, login information, and user the desktop. Or I created a lot of data. Yeah, it is login successful. I create a lot of data like this in my own PC. But if I create this data in my desktop, I can store in centrally also. Like a lot of policies we can able to create, like a firewall policies, network related policies. Also we can create it. Another example, like yeah, firewall. Like firewall protects your system from unauthorized access, right? Like I have a five PCs. I have a five PCs. For a five PCs, I can create a firewall policy individually. But think, if you have a 50 PCs, you go to each and every PC and change their firewall settings? You can't do it, right? Think 500 PCs and you have to change the firewall setting for a 500 PCs. So it is very difficult. I can create a policy for that one. In the policy, I will tell this is the some firewall policy, firewall setting policy, and I push this policy from central PC to everyone. So what happened? 500 pieces will get a this settings at a time. So no need to go to each and every PC to change the settings. That is what we called as centralized control. Okay, guys, that's it about your domain. Actually, as in morning I said, there is a three topics. One is Active Directory and workgroup, virtualization, boot processing, and Outlook is there. So just take a 1 minute relax or 5 minutes relax. 5 minutes relax. I will continue with this Outlook and boot processing. At least some terminologies I will tell. Okay, guys, understood this one? So what is domain? What is work group? And differences? Very good question by Rajeshwar. Any user having account in a central server or a domain controller in a domain database can log into any PC within the domain. Yes, right, exactly. If your account is here, you can log in any PC in this one. Of course, we can control it also. For example, Rajeshwar account I created in my domain. Rajeshwar account, Rajeshwar Raj account I created in my domain, and I said Raj can able to log in PC2 and PC3 only. He cannot log into any other PCs. That control also we can do it. Normally he can log into any PC in the domain. Normally user can log into any PC in the domain, and also we can control user can log into this PC only. Okay, very good question. That's a very simple because user account is centrally. Guys, understood this part, user part? User groups. Anyone please respond. So then I will give you a break.